Pilipinas, ngayon na! Pinangungunahan ni dating Press Undersecretary Robert T. Rivera at ni Lady Eliza, winner of the 2022 Radio and Online Host of the Year Award mula sa Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards sa kanilang segment na Oh My Arms. It's culture, health, and wellness, business at iba pa. Tuwing Lunes at Miyerkules, 1:00 hanggang 2:00 ng hapon. Pilipinas, ngayon na!
Alright! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are worldwide. At sa loob po ng ating bansa mula Apari hanggang Hulo, magandang tanghali, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Now, before I go on, please allow me once again to take off my mask. Yan po ay sa kadahilanang protected po kami sa loob ng studio at sa labas man ng aming body armor. Yan ang Ozonizer 2C necklace na siya pong nagpo-protekta sa amin for the past 2.5 years. Even sa kasagsagan po ng COVID, kahit symptoms, hindi man lang po nakarating sa amin.
Praise God.
And so today, ladies and gentlemen, on a Wednesday, we're very honored, we're very proud na isa sa most successful Pilipino sa Amerika, direct from Las Vegas, live for the first time sa Philippine radio, teleradio and television. Makakapanayan po namin siya. Pero bibitinin ko muna kung sino po ang maginoong ito, because I'd like to turn you over first sa nag-iisang Miss Universe ng buhay ko. Lady Eliza, take it away as I put on my magical shades.
Thank you so much, aking nag-iisang Yusek Robert. 60 days before Christmas. Blessed happy birthday to Miss Maru Pahati Sarne, anchor of DWIZ. Masaganang biyaya po at umulan ng papalang araw at buhay ang aking pagbati at dalangin para sa inyong lahat mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Saan man po kayo naroroon, ano man po ang inyong pinagdadaanan. Mayap agad panapon sa Kapampangan, naimbag nga malam sa Ilocano, masanto siya nga rem sa Pangasinense, marhay na udto sa Bicolano, maayong hapon sa Kabisayaan, buenas tardes sa Chabacano, chamagkuyab in the Batanes Islands, mayad nga hapon sa mga taga-Aklan. Assalamualaikum sa ating mga kababayang Muslim. Peace be upon you. And because Pilipinas ngayon na can be seen and heard worldwide, please allow us to greet you hello at random languages. Hola, aloha avakeya, marhaba, guten tag, bonjour, здравствуйте to our dear brothers and sisters in Russia and Ukraine. Please know that we are with you in love and prayers. Ni hao, konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo, sawadi, sinchao, Prin Hounda. Yusek Robert.
Teka muna, dahil katatapos lang na marami sa pananghalian, ang
kaya
ating
naman,
most awaited dessert for the soul.
Ang ating, dessert for the soul na hindi nakaka-diabetes, hindi nakakataas ng blood sugar, no carbs, no calories, better than ice cream, yogurt, halo-halo, leche plan, ube halaya, at ice cream. At yan po ay matatagpuan, bagay ito sa tatalakayin natin ngayon kasama ang ating dakilang panauhing pandangal. Sinabi sa Isaiah 54:2 hanggang 3. Sir Carl, humanda ka na dito. Gumawa ka ng mas malaking tolda. Palaparin mo ang kurtina niyon. Huwag mong lagyan ng hangganan ang dakong iyon. Pahabain mo ang mga tali. Ibaon mo ng malalim ang mga pantulos sapagkat kakalat kayo sa buong daigdig. Aangkinin ng inyong lahi ang ibang mga bansa at pananahanan nila ang mga lungsod na iniwanan. In English, Isaiah chapter 54 verses 2 to 3. And it is written, increase is coming, so enlarge your tent and add extensions to your dwelling. Hold nothing back. Make the tent ropes longer and the pegs stronger. You will increase and spread out in every direction. Your sons and daughters will conquer new and nations and revitalize desolate cities. That is our prophetic declaration for Phil-Am TV network and expansion and increase.
Yes, and so without
Robert,
much further ado, we're very honored, we're very happy, and we're glad, of course, to welcome on the show live the President and CEO of Phil-Am TV. No other than my very good friend and business partner when we were still staying in Las Vegas. Today, he is the most successful Filipino in Las Vegas, Nevada. No other than Carl Lorenzana Magno. Welcome to the program, Carl.
Maraming salamat, Yusek Robert, and of course, Lady Eliza. Thank you for having me on this particular show. This has been a very famous show. Even in Las Vegas, medyo talagang nakakarating ang Pilipinas ngayon na.
Yes.
And of course, I'm very proud, being a partner of yours. Si Guy natitira sa ating
Yes, hello guys. When we were living in Vegas, siya ang kasama namin.
Yes. Pero sasabihin ko lang sana about being famous. Medyo hindi po totoo yun.
Ayan, ganyan po ka-humble tong kaibigan
I
kong
just want
to.
to declare that it's, to God be the glory.
Amen.
Correct.
And speaking of to God be the glory, Yusek Robert, na-gather natin, na-research natin, na awardee pala si Mr. Carl Magno. He was awarded Outstanding TV Network Producer, Phil-Am TV Network, Vegas Live TV sa FAFCA Media Awards 2022. Congratulations, Sir Carl Magno.
Yes,
We are truly proud of
congratulations.
you.
Salamat. At saka, just wanted to let you know na first, magpapasalamat ako sa FABCA, the Filipino American Press Club of California, for the award, for the recognition. And hindi ko pa actually nakukuha yung award. Sa November 11 pa.
Oh,
Okay.
when you return.
Pagbalik ko. And of course, natutuwa ako kina Andy Edralin and of course Telma Calubio. They are, they've nominated me for the award. And I'm sure
The well-deserved award.
I'm sure, Yusek, nandun ka. Baka ikaw yun, hindi ako.
No, ikaw yon because ever since napakaraming mga taga Las Vegas na tulungan mo because of your varied businesses. But most especially, marami ka ring natulungan yung mga uprising singers through the show that you started even when we were still doing B Asian TV. Sa pakalaman po ng ating mga taga-subaybay, kung naalala ninyo ang Living Asia Channel, si Mr. Carl Magno po ang content provider at isa sa mga founders nun.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes,
Yeah.
maraming salamat for
Palagi ako nanonood
remembering
nung-
that. Ang reality is, prior to Living Asia Channel, may isa pa na
Lakbay.
Lakbay TV was the very first travel channel, not just in the
Yes,
Philippines, but in the
yes.
world.
I
Yes.
remember
It was
that.
like two and a half years ahead of the travel channel in America.
Ayun,
True.
biruin mo naman.
Fan ako ng The Living Asia Channel sa Lakbay TV. Kaya
Oo.
dati nangangarap nga ako magkaroon ng travelog. Kasi ang dami mong mararating doon. Vicar, you sleep,
That's why
nanood ka kung
naman
saan bansa
ang,
at lugar ka makakarating.
Tourism authority, including our consulate in Las Vegas and also in Los Angeles, binigyan siya ng award.
Yes.
Okay. And it was featured also in the Philippine Times. Can we show that?
Ito.
Ayan.
Wow. It
Phil-Am
says
TV
there-
expands to the print.
Media, Philippine Times of Southern Nevada. Congratulations.
Papasalamat ako sa aking partner na si Nadia Arroyo.
Yes.
She owns Philippine Times of Southern Nevada.
Yeah.
And
Congrats, Miss Nadia.
yes, and she's gonna be here for our launch. Kasi 1 year old pa lang itong Phil-Am TV network.
Ayun.
Wow.
All right.
Tell us about your upcoming launching
Well,
po.
background lang muna kasi
Yes.
nung magsimula tayo VAsian
VAsian TV.
it was
Yeah.
an offshoot of Living Asia Channel.
Yes.
Kasi nandun na ako sa Las Vegas
Yes.
at that time, and I really wanted to just distribute Living Asia Channel in America, but there was a parang kumbaga nagre-request yung mga local viewers to have local
content
programs and
Yes.
content.
Oo.
So that being the case, we organized with Guy Rendon, and
Yes.
of course Yusek Rivera, di ba, galing sa Pilipinas, sikat na sikat sa Pilipinas. Kaya with that clout, we created certain programs in Las Vegas para makilala naman yung Las Vegas, not just as the gaming or entertainment capital of the world,
but on the other face of it.
Yes. So ang ating sinulong noon yung ating Asian.
Yes.
Right? But then when I have been talking to the consuls generals ng Los Angeles, first si Secretary Adel na ngayon,
Yes.
Cruz. He was the consul general then at that time. So we figure out wala palang Filipino-owned entity that runs a 24/7 network for the Filipino-American community.
And that's where you came in.
So sabi namin, teka, meron pala siyang malaking hole.
Market.
Yes, there's a hole. We don't have a digital hub.
Hub.
So sabi nga ni Conjen Badajos,
Yes.
Ed Badajos, he's the new Conjen now in Los Angeles. Sabi nga niya, he was interviewed by a pretty host, TV host, Filipino host
Yeah.
in Arizona. Pero may program yung host na yon sa Arizona, but then it came out in a Mexican channel.
Mexican channel.
Mexican channel pa.
Okay.
Kasi nga wala.
Wala. And that's where you fill it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sabi namin, well, I just wanna make this announcement, sabi ko sa kanya. At that time na bumisita ako sa kanya, courtesy call. That was in June or July of last year.
Okay.
Sabi ko, we're creating the very first 24/7 TV network that's dedicated to the Filipino Americans and the Filipinos in America.
Yes, 24/7 TV network
Yes.
for the Filipinos and for Filipino Americans
So yun
and
yung-
Filipinos in America.
Yun yung sinimula namin doon.
It's like filling in the gap or filling in the hole,
Yes.
the
And
vacuum,
meeting, yeah.
which is really, really very much needed
Yeah,
Yes,
meeting
and
the
called by the
Yeah.
times.
And we all recognize the leaders coming from the Philippine broadcasting entities, such as the Filipino channel,
Yes.
is there. They basically serves the Filipinos in America. And
For
then-
entertainment shows.
and then also the GMA,
Okay.
GMA World is there.
Yeah.
So we recognize that, but then obviously they're pretty Tagalog, so they're pretty much reaching out to the
Filipino community.
Yeah, the first generation.
Yes, first
Yes.
generation.
So ito yung-
Yes, first generation
first
who knows how to
generation, yes.
speak Tagalog
But
pa.
ever since the time na nag-launch sila doon, like the longest is TFC, and we recognize their presence, talagang very, very prestigious, and they make a lot of money too. so ang ano doon, the idea is we want to capture them, but then there's a whole lot of, out of the 4.5 million Filipino Americans,
4.5 million.
marami doon ang second and third generation.
They don't know how to speak Tagalog.
They do a
na,
little
no?
bit.
They can
Yeah.
understand,
A
but
little
they cannot speak the language.
Yes, but a lot of them actually haven't really gone back.
Gone back to
Or
the
have-
Philippines.
Have been
And that's a very wide market
Yes.
that needs to be
Addressed.
Yes, and the parents, the first generation and the 1.5, I consider me as 1.5. Ako na yung parang nagko-crossover, moving to the second generation. So ang feeling namin is that they're not essentially welcome. Ano ba to? Is this an exclusive club for the oldies and goodies?
Yes, it's the oldies and goodies, the young ones.
So hindi uubra
Yes.
na magiging ano. So we
You have to answer that need. Yeah.
And we have to make it multi-generational.
Yes.
Of course, it's
up to
easier.
Gen Z.
Yes. Gen Z.
Yes.
Of course, it's easier for us to do and create programs that basically have something to do with us, no? But then we have children and we have to let them in.
Yes.
We have to let them be included. So wala tayong ini-exclude.
Yes, apo.
And then and the reason why I'm here in the Philippines right now is because we've created an outfit pretty much like our subsidiary to
provide
and
and collaborate.
And to tell our Filipino kababayans here in the Philippines that, hey, you know, meron tayong platform sa Amerika na
that
pwede
you
natin
can
gamitin.
that you can make use of.
Yes. So bago ako umalis from Vegas to come here, when I say bago, sometime before August.
Okay.
So we yung film TV, we've expanded it to print.
So now you have radio, TV,
and then
print.
So we have partnerships there, no?
Yes.
And then we have also binigyan namin ng
social media.
We partnered with
SOCMED.
Pati sa live.
Events.
No?
So gustong-gusto ng mga Pinoy yan.
Group na pambata na ngayon.
Yes.
And kudos to my partners there, sina Anton and JR. So yun ang ginawa namin. But then kung meron kang events group, saan mo ilalagay? Hindi naman pwedeng sa green screen lang.
Yes. At saka lalo kung event, dapat live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I understand, binili mo na yata isang buong building doon sa malapit sa Las Vegas Strip eh.
So
rent muna.
We were blessed. We were blessed to be, to have a huge space. And we call it 6350.
Yes, please explain that. 6350.
Yes, may
Is it the address?
May plus yun. Hindi, edad ko raw eh. 63.
Okay.
Yung plus 63 na yun is the country code of the Philippines.
Oh yes, tama. Kaya yung plus 63, tapos kung 917 kung globe, ganyan, or 98.
Eh, ano naman yung 50?
Okay.
50 states?
50 US states.
Yes.
Diba? So now, parang ang kino-cover natin, taga rito naman ako, dito ako pinangak. I'm proud to say that I was born and raised in Davao City. So, and so, para natin kina-capture ngayon yung experience ng Filipino diaspora in America.
Ayun.
Kaya
Shoot na shoot.
6350.
63, country
Sir
code,
Carl,
Philippine
maiba lang
country
po
code.
tayo. Happy birthday daw po kay sa mother ni Basil. 82 years old po. Hello, 82 years old.
Is it Basil Valdez?
No, taga DWIZ. Yes. Yes.
So, tuloy lang natin.
Na po.
Yung diaspora, speaking about it, so now that you have radio, television, print, and even live events, cover nyo na lahat, pati social media.
Yes, pati na rin yung pati na rin yung providing both the Filipinos in America
and the Filipinos here a physical hub in order to market, introduce products and services from here and from all over, from all over the world. That is basically aimed at the Filipino-American market. Yes, and usually it was mentioning about Generation X ba?
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Millennials.
And the millennials. Speaking about the millennials, you remember idadivert ko lang ng konti. Last Monday, Lady Eliza attended the ribbon cutting of one of the number one school, international school here in the Philippines.
Award-winning institution.
And so, until Friday, continues ang kanila pong activities in the Monarch Garden na kanilang nilaunch.
Founding anniversary po kasi nila, 32 years. At I think makaka-relate sila sa PhilAm TV dahil marami dyan na mga PhilAm at at saka mga children of expats. So if we can roll the VTR, please.
We'd like to show you yung messages naman ng kanila pong chairman and founder.
Vice chairman.
This is very quick. So if VTR is ready.
Lady Eliza Rivera here. I'm a proud parent of 2 Southwell International students. You know, my firstborn is now a U.S. Marine Corporal. And my youngest is now an active member of the Student Council here. He was branded as top 1 in the Philippines for international academic contests like science and math. He even competed in Yale University World Scholars Cup Tournament of Champions and bagged numerous medals and awards. Now, let's get back to the ceremony.
I remember coming here on the 18th year of Southville when we celebrated the 18 roses. And that was the time where almost several years ago, the school was much smaller. And today, we have a very dynamic team led by a great leadership. But beyond the achievements of the school, perhaps the biggest sense of satisfaction is the feedback from the parents. It's very also heartwarming to see the achievements also of the graduates, the alumni, that the growing roster of successful and dedicated alumni of Southville International School and the entire SGen network. I think it is the message of deep appreciation, recognition of all your abilities of working together, your hard work that has made Southville a celebration and a model of excellence for many Philippine schools. On that theme of celebrating genuine international quality education, I greet all of you a very happy birthday. We look forward for more successes of the team. Congratulations, all of you. Thank you very much.
That was Chairman Dr. Peter Laurel. Meron pang kasunod, si Vice Chairman. Sandali lang po.
Yan yung in-inaugurate
nanonood sa atin ngayon ang mga taga Southville.
Despite the chest pain sometimes, the passion has stayed, the compassion and the kindness has stayed. And despite perhaps not being able to run as fast, still the vision and the spirit is there. And even if the eyesight fails a little bit, the mission to go on and to pursue soaring heights is still there. So thank you very much for all of us coming together and holding hands so that in the sector of education, we can be the best. And to you, our greatest thanks.
Alright.
Tayo po ay napapanood via test broadcast sa Digital Free TV na IZTV. Available din po kami sa digital TV devices at TV receivers. Mangyaring pakiscan lamang po sa inyong digital TVs at channel box upang mapanood ang IZTV.
Alright. Nagwa-warm up pa lang po tayo sa ating exclusive interview with the President, CEO of TV Network with Mr. Carl Lorenzana Magno, kaya wag po kayong alis. Magbabalik po ang Pilipinas ngayon na pagkaraan lamang po ng ilang mahalagang paalala. We'll be right back.
Pilipinas ngayon na.
Welcome back to Pilipinas ngayon na. This is Lady Eliza. Binabati po natin ang ating mga masugid na taga-subaybay. Led by Mrs. Sally De Los Santos and family of La Maria Village, San Pedro, Laguna. Nenet Relosa and Nancy Briones of Opti Lifestyle International. Yusek Robert, gusto kong tanungin si Sir Carl Magno. Kung bilang isang Phil-American, ano yung greatest challenge na pinagdaanan mo
dun muna.
Sa pag-migrate mo sa Amerika at hanggang ngayon na successful entrepreneur or businessman ka na dyan, mover of the society, of the Filipino community.
The biggest challenge.
Vegas. Pero bago mo narating yan, meron kang pinagdaanan. Meron kang what we can say humble beginning or journey. Please inspire our listeners and viewers.
O baka maiyak ka.
Sorry, bigla ko lang
Nung
naalala.
simula po.
Ayan, tama yan, may konting.
Alright.
Konting acting.
Then, I'll be frank with you. Kasi noong 1980, doon nagsimula yung aking journey to America.
Yes.
Noong 1980, tagal na nun,
1980. Okay, mga 4 na dekada.
80, 90, 20,
42 years.
I
Okay.
was blessed with a Rotary Foundation grant fellowship. No?
Wow.
So, binigyan ako ng 10 months scholarship by the Rotary Foundation.
Yes.
Familiar, siguro most of us familiar sa Rotary.
Yes. Rotary
Pero yung
Exchange.
foundation,
Ano yun?
bibihira
Service
yun.
Oo.
Yeah.
All.
Kasi mga graduate fellows yun. So,
Oo.
in short, expected ka na. Hindi siya high school. So that means I'm aging myself. I mean,
Service
I'm
above
dating
self
myself,
pala.
yeah.
Service above self.
Teka, ano yata yun?
Rotary. Yung may the four-way
Yes.
test.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tsaka may Paul Harris.
Is it the
fellow.
truth?
Yun.
Paul
Is it
Harris.
the truth? Is it fair to all concerned?
Exactly.
Yeah, something
Exactly,
like
yes. So yun, so 1980, binigyan ako ng ganong blessing. Pinadala ako sa America. That was my first time. I was still, I was very young during that time. And then natuwa ako dahil sa experience ko from that time on. Alam ko during that time even now, merong mga hate crimes, may mga ganong klaseng but
Discrimination.
sa totoo lang, hindi ko talaga na-experience yun.
Oh, you're so
Ayun.
blessed.
I was so blessed. Hindi ko
Yeah.
na-experience yun. Binigyan ako ng ganong opportunity. Can you imagine, normally, ang MBA is normally a 2-year program.
2-year program.
Yes.
And that's a
Two-year
full-time.
program. Yes.
Full-time
Yes.
yun.
Yes.
Paano ko magagawa yun? 10 months lang yung scholarship ko. So,
Shortcut.
yeah, so, I presented myself. I told them I come from a poor family from Davao City, Philippines. And I told them, hey, is it possible for me to finish my degree to complete my degree
In 10 months?
In 10 months, kasi yun lang yung aking yun lang yung bayad eh.
Yes.
Hindi ko na kayang bumalik dito for
Another round.
Another round. So sabi nila, yeah, you can just do that, you can do this. So they were very helpful. And dahil prestigious organization din yung Rotary.
Yes.
So the members in that community were well respected. In fact, the advisor ko noon, yung pinaka parang foster father, pero hindi talaga foster parent kasi hindi naman ako tumira sa kanila.
Yes.
Yun lang nag-aalaga sa akin, yun lang ang ginagawa ko doon.
Person in charge to you.
Yes. So, tinulungan niya ako doon, and he was ano bang tawag noon? Nag-retire siya as one of the
Pillars of the Rotary.
Yes, hindi lang, pati sa school, he was a professor.
Ayun. So talagang meron siyang say.
Natulungan ako.
Well connected. At saka may say dun sa school.
Yeah, and honestly, yung sa akin, well, of course, as we all know, kailangan talaga ng prayers. Kailangan natin magdasal sa Diyos, no?
Yes.
So, and then you just be frank and honest with them about your objectives. Hindi yung meron kang hidden agenda or anything like that. So, nakita nila yung sincerity ko na I wanted to do something and not just for the local community, but also when I get home. Yun lang naman ang hiling sa akin ng Rotary, no?
Yes, magbalik.
Bumalik ka,
pagbalik, whatever you have learned and experienced there, give back.
Yes, so after my practical training, which was allowed ka naman 1 year after your graduation. After that, I went back home and started serving and became the youngest professor sa Ateneo.
Wow, youngest professor.
Speaking about Ateneo, pagyayabang ko yung anak ko.
To our son, Ernest Paje Rivera.
Yeah,
Graduate
7 gold
of
medals,
Ateneo.
including first honor. Past business management degree, cum laude.
Wow.
At, of course, graduate siya ng Cambridge University.
And Oxford for higher
At saka
learning. So, when you became the youngest professor sa Ateneo de Manila, Ateneo de Davao, okay, you were in effect giving back.
Yes.
Already.
Yes. Bukod doon, siyempre, I became part of the Rotary Club of Metropolitan Davao. Yun yung sponsor ko noon during that time. So, that's my way of giving back.
Yes.
Ito nga ang pakiramdam ko dito naman sa...
Fast forward tayo.
When we organized after our VAsian TV, nung pag-organize ko ng Film TV na, I didn't realize na para kaming opening a Pandora's box.
Yes.
Diba? Ang dami palang kailangan
isaayos muna.
Kasi there are so many good leaders in the community. And ang usual platform, social media, which is fine. But then, with all these changes sa configuration ng mga mga major social media outlets or platforms, yung dati mong nakakausap na milyon-milyon, they have limited it to just a few.
Yes.
Those sometimes when you post on say Facebook or sometimes you're only essentially talking to 200, 400 people, even if you have thousands. Even if you have thousands of friends So because of that, nalilimit ko, konti lang yung nakakita sa good deeds nila and all. And so tayo, binibigyan natin sila ng bigger platform. That's why we wanted to make it a multimedia network.
And borderless na siya.
So,
no boundaries.
Yes. And ito nga, one of the primary reasons why I'm back here, not to mention the fact that I have 3 children, kids in Davao.
Yes, hello. Hello.
Yes,
to the children of Mr. Carl.
The Magno family.
JP, Eliza, and
kapangalan ko.
yes.
Nice.
I lang.
yes. That's the
and then of course
common
James Matthew. Yeah. So and I'm itong undas. Hopefully I could go back to Davao to spend more time with them. But na-notice ko lang na kailangan makita ng kapwa mga kababayan dito. Makita nila yung situation natin sa Amerika, kasi hindi naman
bed of roses. Not a bed of
porque siyempre US dollar is a strong currency. And we live in the strongest market in the world, America. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na dahil ganon
everything is walk in the park. No. So
yun, kailangan yung expectation level natin, hindi yung tipong naniniwala tayo sa mga kasabihan na land of milk and honey. You have to
work also.
Work for it.
Yes.
Make it happen.
And make it happen.
Nobody, I don't know, but most of my friends know that I work like 18 hours a day.
18 hours a day?
Even more
Even
more. You know why? Kwento ko. I can concur with that. When we were doing the
V-Asian.
The V-Asian.
Yes.
V as in Vegas. And then Asian because of the Asian community that we wanted to capture. And in that office where Carl was the head of the entire business, I would go into one of the rooms and I will watch endlessly yung mga content ng Living Asia channel, which one is applicable to the Philippines. And then it was there that Carla, his daughter was doing the voiceover.
Yes.
Kaya yung pong mga nakakapanood dito nun sa Pilipinas, yung boses na po yon ay kay Carla, the daughter of Carl, and ginagawa po namin yan sa Las Vegas. Pas pinapadala dito. So, nakita ko na paglabas namin dun sa opisina, ako kukunin ko na si RC noon dahil susunduin ko. Si Carl hanggang gabi, pagtawag ko, ay nandun pa sa opisina. Sabi ko, alas 8 na. Ano pa ginagawa? Natapos ko lang to. Kailangan mabit natin yung deadline.
nga.
Yun.
Yes, yun.
Yeah.
Walang katapusang deadlines. When you have a 24/7 channel, can you imagine? Meron kang 24/7 work.
Yes.
Speaking of deadline, how do you cope with stress and pressure? Para meron ka ring tip na ma-share sa mga
essentially, yun nga, I don't want to be preachy and all, but then, syempre,
Hindi, ini-enjoy niya pa at the same time.
Hindi, kailangan natin maging, kailangan nating,
how do you manage your time?
We basically,
pray a lot. Aside from praying a lot.
And then offer our activities to the Lord. Kasi
Yes.
He becomes
Put God first in everything
He
you
becomes
do.
our
Anchor.
Yes.
And
He's the driver, actually.
Yes.
We just allow Him to basically drive us to wherever we need to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Order our steps.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tama yan,
Yes,
nasa
yun.
Proverbs siya.
Yes,
In
yes.
everything you do, put God first. And He shall direct you and
Yes.
crown your
Efforts
efforts
with success.
Kaya
Kaya naman.
Can
Can we show the
with
clip?
success.
Yung card na merong award?
Yes.
Yes. I forwarded to you
Yes.
yung clip.
Yung FAF ka ba yun?
Yes. Can we show that in the screen?
Yes.
Yan. Because that's a crown for the efforts made by our distinguished guests.
Salamat sa Diyos.
So,
Salamat
natutulog
sa
pa
Diyos.
naman kayo. Yun lang po gusto ko.
Ayan! Para kang congressman yan ng US, ha? Media Awards, Honors, Carl Magno. Wala yung Lorenzana. Anyway, so that will be when you return.
Yes, November 11.
This
yan.
November 11. Yan.
Tungkol naman po doon sa launching nyo. Saan nyo po gagawin yung launching nyo dito sa Pilipinas?
Yun, actually, pa-fast forward backtrack ng konti, yung now that we have a multimedia organization at saka meron pa tayong physical hub
Yes.
sa Las Vegas initially, gusto nating ipamalita sa
Buong mundo.
Sa buong
sa bagong administrasyon ng His Excellency BBM.
Yeah.
So at sa mga government agencies that do business and primarily send products, services, even people to America, na meron tayong ganong klaseng platform.
Yes.
May facility tayo dyan sa Amerika na pwede nilang gamitin. In order to reach the Filipino-American market, the 4.5 million, more or less, 4.5 million Filipinos. So, ngayon, syempre, kailangan ko magkaroon ng organization dito in order for that to happen. So, ito na yung I essentially had Roy in order to just co-organize the Filipino, it's called Phil-Am Multimedia Production. Kasi pag gusto nilang, how do they reach us there directly? Di ba? Medyo mahirap. Tapos, how will they buy
products and services
and commercials if they wanted to do that, no? So yun, so we hindi naman sila pwedeng dumiretso doon sa Amerika, so that's why we created this organization here. Dual citizen naman ako, kaya
senior citizen.
Dual sa senior, Filipino
American.
Filipino citizen pa rin ako, while at the same time US American citizen. So
dual citizen.
yeah, so ito na yung a lot of the Filipino Americans are like that nowadays. So kaya
they also maintain
kaya botante
their
rin kami.
Filipino.
Kaya botante rin kami.
So pag dual
Correct.
citizen po, gaano katagal po kayo dapat pabalik? I mean, gaano kadalas kayo dapat pabalik?
Wala. In fact, yan ang kagandahan.
Dahil dual
you can stay here forever.
Meron siyang
And do business here pa rin.
at saka dalawang passport na hinawakan nila. Filipino passport and US passport.
Yes.
So dalawang beses din po kayo natatax?
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman.
May ano yan. Kumbaga, ang taxation naman kung nag-earn ka ng pera, di ba?
Yes.
Kung meron kang earnings sa Amerika, you need
bayad
to pay
ka ng
taxes
tax doon sa
Amerika.
IRA.
Kung dito naman, kung may revenues ka dito,
Bayad ka sa BIR.
Sa BIR naman. So, yun.
So going back po doon sa launching,
So, yun
saan
sa
po
launch,
gaganapin?
one of the awardees ng Philippine Normal University is our anchor, si Doc Mike Santa Juana. He's the host of our program, Film News.
Yun.
Doon siya graduate, and then he's been an awardee of that school for quite some time. And si Dr. Bert Luga was kind enough to give us the AV theater nila sa Philippine Normal University. That's a tough time.
Yes. Mga magagaling na teacher dyan nag-graduate.
Yes,
sa Philippine Normal.
Yeah, so doon gagawin sa November 4 p.m. Yun. So, we would like to invite, especially those na merong ready to market products and services to America.
Bigla naisip,
yan.
Yusek Robert, di ba uso na ngayon yung collaboration? Pwede siguro mag-collaborate sa Film TV ang ating DWIZ or ICTV, pagdating sa content.
Naunahan mo
sa
lang
Amerika.
ako.
Di ba? Para mapakinggan at mapanood sa Amerika ang mga news
yung
natin.
galing sa
kasi, diba,
ICTV.
News company, di ba? Pwedeng maging
si
content.
Sir Cholo, kakausapin natin
kay Sir
dyan.
Cholo at saka kay Chairman.
Talagang yun ang one of the very first things na gusto kong i-alok sa inyo. Because, the popularity of the show. And, tuloy natin yung pagka-partner, sir.
Yan, naudlot nung bigla ako umuwi eh. I have to go home.
Kasi nauuso ngayon yan, di ba? Yung partnership, content partnership. Kung ano meron yung isang station or company, mag-collab dun sa isa na kulang, and then together, they're powerful.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Synergy.
Perfect yan. Synergy talaga.
So, you'll be there sa November 4.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
I-welcome ko kayo. Dapat nandun kayo.
Anong araw ba?
Anong November?
That's a Friday. That's a Friday.
Okay.
Yes. So, and it starts at 4 p.m. So, hindi masyadong late para sa ating mga seniors. Tayo lang ha. Yusek
Okay.
Hindi pa senior
Junior citizen.
Junior.
Ang tawag ko kay Robert, junior citizen.
So, moving forward also, aside from that launching and awarding, going back to Vegas, kamusta na ang mga kababayan natin ngayon after the pandemic?
Wait lang, sweetheart, nakikita ko si Sir Cholo. Nandyan, sa newsroom. Hello po, Sir Cholo. Nandyan siya sa newsroom.
Ayan. Yan ang big boss ng ICTV.
Yes.
Ayan. Ayan siya. Alright. So, kamusta ang mga kababayan natin? Especially yung mga working in the casinos. Kasi there was a time nung nagka-pandemic, nawalan sila ng work eh.
Yes. Ngayon actually, awan ng Diyos, medyo nag-normalize na yung operations sa Las Vegas. I just want to make mention that, one of the saddest things na nangyari sa buhay ko is during the pandemic. Marami tayong siyempre mga kaibigan, marami tayong mga kamag-anak na pumanaw.
Went to be with the Lord.
Yeah. And one of them, and I'm very happy that he's saved, is my own brother.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
We probably have seen him.
Yes. In all of our events there. Doctor sa atin dito. Yeah.
Nauna na siya. He went to be with the Lord.
We'll see him again.
Sorry for your loss.
He's in a better place, actually. Yes.
Kamusta naman si Ma'am Benny?
Oh, panalo despite the aging knee.
Magaling mag-ballroom yun.
Alam mo, Yusek,
magaling mag-ballroom yun.
Alam mo, Yusek, pareho kayong cancer survivor.
Yes.
Praise God.
Kasi fighter din yun eh. At saka inspired by Brother Carl. So talagang she really would fight for Life with Jesus.
Yes.
Di ba?
Aktibo yun dahil pasaway ako kaya dapat i-correct.
Dapat i-correct. Tsaka kasi nga, he works 24/7. So, ang pang-balance niya, si Sister Benny. Di
So,
ba?
Sir Carl, mag-share ka na po ng message of hope sa ating mga viewers and listeners worldwide. Para sa inyong parting shot kasi malapit na po ang ating pagtatapos.
Yeah.
Bago yung parting shot, pwede ko bang i-plug ito?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Paki-visit lang sa philamtv.us for more information about the network, the multimedia network. And then those who are interested to go into, mag-launch ng produkto or services in in Las Vegas primarily, but America, just visit philamcentral.com.
Ayun. philamcentral.com.
Dito naman sa Pilipinas, yung inorganize namin dito, itong tawag noon ay Philam Multimedia Production. And so, umattend kayo please sa aming launch on November 4. Makikita nyo rin, meron kaming bagong ilalabas na platform. Hindi aming platform ng kaibigan nating sina Joey Sigismundo. They have a platform called Nara TV. Ilo-launch nila.
Ang galing.
Yung Nara TV, it will feature content dito from the Philippines. But one of the content there, one of the channels will be our Philam TV network.
Galing.
So pag nag-advertise kayo sa Las Vegas, makikita nyo rin dito sa Pilipinas yung ina-advertise niyo because the programming in America is mirrored here.
Ayun.
On that channel.
Talagang galing,
on that platform.
Ayan. Okay, abangan natin yan.
Masasabi ko din lang, Lady Eliza, is that yung ating efforts, yung ating pagtatrabaho, yung ating ginagawa sa pagtsatsaga, on this earth, kumbaga, ito lang yung ating training ground.
Yes.
So this is off the world, but then the reality is we're being trained,
for a higher purpose and a higher calling.
And in eternity.
In eternity. All right.
Yes.
On that note, we would like to thank muna ang ating mga naging kagapay sa ating newsroom, sa ating engineer June Aguba, sa ating mga writers, si Miss Judith Estrada Larino, of course, si Rashid Luxin, si Ariam Sancho, at Abby Malanday. Sa ating pong Sokmen, si Miss Jam Tarayo at si Kim Gomez. Ang ating mga CA, si Miss Hias Pantaleon at si Micah Cervanes.
Maraming salamat po sa aming butihing chairman, D. Edgar A. Cabangon. Subaybayan niyo po si Miss Lolia Costa sa kanyang programang Sulong na Bayan. Susunod na po, patuloy niya kayong bibigyan ng inspirasyon to keep all your worries away. This is Lady Eliza saying thank you all so much for your active participation and your precious time. Enjoy God's very best daily because He loves you very, very
much. And this is Robert Rivera saying, don't forget to do good and to share, for it is in so doing that God is well pleased. Amen. So until next Monday, para sa isa na naman pong edisyon ng Pilipinas Ngayon na, subaybayan niyo po kaming muli at panoorin nyo kami sa ICTV, sa inyo pong mga Digibox. Maaari nyo na po kaming mapanood free on television, and sa ating pong FB, like nyo lang po ang ating FB live streaming, and even sa YouTube. On that note, nagpapalam na po kami, and we say, mabuhay! God bless you all! Goodbye! The time for your convenience
Love
is now
Pilipinas, ngayon
2 p.m.